Hello. Today Bruce is going to give a short review of the movie Mickey's Mousetrap. Will it measure up to his Gen X standards of eclectic movies? Or will it just suck? Let's get started, shall we?
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about another movie. Spent all weekend working again, and it was also my wife's birthday weekend, so I've been out. Didn't get a chance to watch a lot of movies, but I ran across this one on Peacock, and it's called The Mousetrap. Now, I know you might be thinking, you're looking at the poster right next to me, thinking, well, it says Mickey Mouse's Mousetrap, or Mickey's Mousetrap, excuse me. And it's got a big picture of Mickey Mouse on there. Well, Disney actually made them change the name. Now, this was released in January 2024, right around the same time that Steamboat Willie became public domain. Steamboat Willie, of course, was the first appearance of Mickey Mouse back in 1928. Well, I guess, and I don't really understand how this works, but apparently the copyright ran out in January of 2024. And the day the copyright ran out is when they published this movie. Originally, like it says there, called Mickey's Mousetrap. Well, someone got in trouble, and in July they were forced to change the name just to The Mousetrap. Now, I found this on Peacock, and I had just watched Winnie the Pooh, Honey and Blood. And I like movies like that. It was a cheesy movie, but we're not here to review that one. But I liked it enough that I saw Mickey on there, and I remember hearing about it, but I never got a chance to watch it. So I'm like, okay, we'll click on it and watch it. And I'm thinking it's going to be a little weird, but after I watched the preview, it just looked like a regular splatter movie. Well, it's October, so, I'm going to watch a lot of horror movies in October. I love the slasher films and the splatter movies, as I call them. And the previews looked pretty good. It looked like might be something I'd like. So, clicked on the movie, started watching it. Once again, it was on Peacock, so they make you sit there through 3 minutes of commercials. So, while that was happening, I was making my popcorn. And after the commercial's over, it starts just a generic space scroll, just like on Star Wars. How Star Wars says long time ago in a galaxy far away. Didn't say that. But it started with like Star Wars type music in the background. And a Star Wars type scroll explaining how it had nothing to do with Disney. And the way they had worded it just went on and on and on and on. Kind of like how I talk. So I'm like, okay, this is just going to be a cheesy, funny movie. What's it called? A horror comedy. So I'm like, okay, I like those too. So I start watching it, and the scroll just kept going. It kept going. And I'm like, and I'm reading, and I'm like, all right, this is getting really dumb now. Now I'm starting to think it was like a Family Guy prank or something. So it's finally over, and they address the issue, saying it's no permission from Disney to use Mickey Mouse and all that other stuff. And then it even gets into the scroll itself, saying this isn't a Star Wars scroll. We used a different font. It's just a generic space scroll. And I'm like, all right, nobody cares. And like I said, I think I'm getting Family Guy pranked here. So when it's finally over, the movie starts, and it's about these kids that get locked in, like it's like kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese type establishment. And they're having a party, and they find out they're locked in there. And the manager of the store actually, there would be spoilers, because this movie was just, I got to spoil it. Maybe I'll save you guys some time. The manager basically gets possessed by this 1920s vintage Mickey Mouse mask. And he goes around and starts killing everybody. And that's the thing. I thought it was going to be a splatter movie, a slasher movie. There wasn't any good kills in it. The characters were so underdeveloped, it was terrible. I don't even think they spoke two of the girls' names. I don't even think they were introduced. So we didn't know what kind of people they were. There was and also it's going back and forth to this one supposedly, because it didn't match up. A lone survivor, and this lone survivor is in the jail, and I got stuff on my glasses. This lone survivor's in the jail getting interviewed by two cops, and they're trying to do their best to do the 80s style good cop, bad cop, and they just ended up being smart cop and stupid cop. So then the girl will tell more what happened, then it'll go back into the movie and show you what happened. None of the kills, there was one kill that was on there. And the rest of them were just dumb. Just dumb. And then it turned out that the guy that was possessed by the mask ended up being able to teleport. Like I said, there's going to be spoilers. But they weren't clear as to why. They didn't say why the guy was possessed. Was he possessed by the mask? Was he possessed by just a separate demon and he wore the mask? Or was he from the start just... if it was from the first he was a psycho, I understand that. But okay, why is it all of a sudden this guy can teleport? And they show him teleporting. So it goes on, and it's kind of dumb. And no one's recognizing that it's the manager of the restaurant. No one's recognizing him. Yet he's been wearing the same hockey jersey, a vintage hockey jersey, the whole time. Even in the beginning when they introduced him as a normal person. So it was hard to figure out what the hell was going on. So, you know, they're going through their killing and stuff like that. It's just so stereotypical. But the plot ended up, like I said, being hard because the cops were talking to the goth girl in the prison and telling her that everybody's dead. She's the last survivor. But then in another breath, they're saying that they talked to the survivors and they're in shock and not able to speak of what happened. So it totally didn't match up. Obviously, I'm giving a bad rating to this movie. And then it gets to the end, you know, a big climax where they fight the monster, you know, and they supposedly beat him. And this is the spoiler at the end. They supposedly beat him, but then all of a sudden he just pops back in, chops the main girl's head off, and the girl's sitting there saying, he's gone. He'll never be back. He's gone. We won. He'll never come back. He's gone. He's not coming back. And then he teleports in, chops her head off, teleports back out. And the two guys that were there, they weren't killed. This is what I'm saying. They're saying there were no survivors, but then there were survivors. The two guys sitting on the floor, they're sitting there, and the one saying, oh, I didn't even get to ask her out. Yeah, I don't know. And then, boom, to the credits. So, okay, that's it. There's no closure. There's no ending to it. It's like, is he gone? Is he coming back and going to pop off the other ones? What's going to happen? They never answered it. Never answered why he was there, who he was, what's going on. Nothing fit together. It was just like they just threw a bunch of shit together, and kind of like whenever you see a spaghetti's done, you take a handful and you throw it on the wall. If it sticks, it's good, but there's some that falls down and just doesn't make any sense. That's what this movie was. It was just a big handful of spaghetti against the wall. But if you keep watching, after the credits run, they do a little sort of an ending, which I think is leading on to a sequel. I don't want to see a sequel to this movie. I wish I could take it out of my brain and not have watched it the first time. I'm going to rate this movie a 2 out of 10. And the only reason I'm going to rate it a 2 out of 10 is because the one girl was kind of cute. And that's it. That's all I had to say about this movie. It was cheap, cheesy. I think I spent more money making this video that we're in right now than they spent on the whole damn movie. Just my idea. I'm a guy that likes movies, and I give people the benefit of the doubt, too. There's a lot of movies I talk about that I like that most people hate. This movie, don't waste your time, or at least don't pay for it. Find it free somewhere. Go to a friend's house. Use their Peacock. I don't care what you do. You don't want to pay for this movie. So anyway, that's my opinion on this movie. Leave a comment, suggestion down below there. And if you have another movie you'd like me to review, give you an honest review, what I feel about it. I don't climb up these movies with a microscope. I don't care who stars in them. Sometimes I do, but there was no famous people in this movie at all. It's a Canadian movie. I had no problem with Canadian movies. It's just this particular movie sucked balls. So yeah, leave a suggestion down there of a different movie that I can watch and rate. You know, I love the eclectic ones that most people don't know about. Those are my favorite. But I'll tell you whether I like it or whether I don't, and whether you should waste your time watching it as a Gen X old guy. So anyway, thanks for stopping out. Quick video today. I hope to see you soon. I'm not really sure what's coming up, but I will see you soon. Bye.
Well, there you have it. That's an hour and a half of Bruce's life that he will never get back. I believe he said it sucked balls. Maybe if it did, Bruce would be in a better mood. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
It's just Bruce, he don't bite. Hello.